Hey everyone, it's Neil here from Post to Post. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I am having an awesome day because we are looking at custom logos designed by one of you guys. Wyatt has sent these in. 31 NHL team logos, kind of redesigned. Some of them have been adjusted based on current logos, and some of them look to be basically from scratch. Now there are 31. Not because Seattle isn't included, but actually just noticed right before I started filming this video that I'm missing the Islanders. So I'm not sure if Wyatt forgot to attach that, but there is a Seattle, so there's just no Islanders. So I apologize for that. If it did get lost in an email or something, then maybe that's my fault, but it wasn't in the folder that I got. So I have ranked these from 31 to 1, my least favorite to favorite. And before we get in, look what I got today. I got a jersey in to unbox on the channel, and the package is totally ripped. It's a blue team, you can tell from there. Very disappointed in UPS. So if you want to see me unbox that and see the health of the jersey and see if there's any damage, we'd love for you to hit the subscribe button down below and join me. That'll be coming in the next couple of weeks, I guess, and maybe next week and a half on the channel. So very frustrating. Hope it's okay, but we'll find out soon. All right, let's get into this. And like I said, my least favorite to favorite. I'm going to start off with number 31. I have put the Vancouver Canucks. And it's not because I don't really like the logo. I see the tail in there. The tail is nice. But the colors are, I think, what really distract me. That it almost looks like a horse head. And it's got Calgary's colors. It just has this, like, if you just look away at it and then look at it in your peripheral vision, it kind of looks like the horse head, Blasty. But as I look at it, I still get Calgary vibes. Like, that is, I think the colorization is wrong for Vancouver. I really like their retro jersey, throwing back to the skate jersey or the skate logo. That is awesome. It's my favorite kit as far as Vancouver. But I think it only works in that sense. I don't think it works in this sense. So I just see Calgary, and for that reason, I'm very distracted by that. So I put it 31st. And 30th, I put my favorite team, the Montreal Canadiens. And I think it's the shape within the logo. I understand that it is an H, but to me it looks like like a barbell or something that you'd pick up, or some kind of tool, or tweezers, or I'm not sure, but that shape is personally not working for me, so this one was a miss. And 29th, I put the Toronto Maple Leafs, so I guess I got 3 Canadian teams in a row. I did not do that on purpose. And I think this has more to do with the current logo than it does this logo. I just kind of prefer the current logo more than this one. I like the little addition at the bottom, kind of making the stem of the leaf into a hockey stick. That was actually a cool little touch. But I think the current logo is much better. In 28th, I put the Dallas Stars. Actually, a pretty intricate design. You've got the D kind of running through some of the bands of the star, and it almost looks like a ninja star in a way as well, because the legs of the star, the arms of the star, whatever, they kind of come in one section. So it makes this like ninja star kind of vibe, and plus with the D intertwined in between those, it's very busy. And I like it. It's very creative, but for me, it's just a little bit too busy. I think even making the star just a regular star shape without those little sections coming in would probably fix some of that. But for a distraction reason, I ranked it 28th. And 27th, I put the Minnesota Wild. I really like all of the elements in this logo. I like that there's the bear in there. I like the fish underneath, the sky and the land, and then below the ocean, or the lakes, I guess, and rivers and stuff. And I like this, it makes the M for Minnesota, and reversed makes the W for Wild, so that's clever. But I think when you look at this from far, it's a very kind of awkward shape, and it almost looks like a mouth with teeth or something. So it was just kind of an awkward shape. Like I said, I like all the elements, but just the overall shape, it was a miss for me. Number 26, I put the New Jersey Devils, and I like the creativity, and I like the symbolism, but I think it's a little bit too almost cheesy in a way. Like it's a pretty aggressive logo, which I do like, but I almost get maybe more shoulder patch vibes than I do actual primary logo. So I would say that I like it. It's maybe a little bit too cheesy for the NHL. Number 25, the Detroit Red Wings, and I'm so used to seeing that slanted one way when it's been symmetricalized. That's definitely not a word. When it's been changed so the logo is symmetrical, so the wing is mirrored on the other side. I have a really hard time looking at it because I'm so used to seeing it the other way. So it feels almost uncomfortable to see it like that. Conceptually, it's a good idea. And on the logo, or on the jersey, it would probably look pretty good being symmetrical like that. But, they never had another logo. So based on me seeing that logo, the current logo forever, I don't think this one personally works. Number 24, the Ottawa Senators. So it's almost a mix between a modern take on a classic design, and I kind of like how flat it is, but at the same time, that section where it says Ottawa and all the letters are like a different size, I don't personally like that. I would prefer that to all be one size, and maybe that whole thing just be colorized in, and not have any font in there, and just be a little bit more simple. Number 23, the Tampa Bay Lightning, and I'm a big advocate to change the Tampa Bay Lightning logo into something a little bit more aggressive and just to kind of revitalize the brand a little bit. I feel like it's stale. So this is a good attempt. I do kind of like it. I like the T, and I like the kind of general shape of it with the sun or sundial, whatever kind of notches around the outside. I do like that, but I think that the transition from the T to the lightning bolt or the L, or even if that makes an L, I'm not even sure. It's a pretty stylized L. I think it's if you're gonna put the T in there, you almost need to put the L in there. So yeah, I don't know. Probably a miss for me. Number 22, the Columbus Blue Jackets. So like I said at the beginning, some of these are just alterizations of current logos, and some of them are brand new. This is just the Canon logo. I don't know the difference that he adjusted on this other than the off-white, I don't think. So I'm not quite familiar with the specific changes that he made to this. So to me, this is just the Canon logo. I like it. That's why it's not last, or close to last, but it's not worthy of being in my top 20. Number 21, the St. Louis Blues, for the exact same reason. I don't notice any change here on this logo to the current one, other than maybe the STL shape that he's put in the front of the instrument there, the trumpet, whatever that is. So that was a really cool touch. I like that a lot, but I don't see any other changes. So I feel like there wasn't a lot of overall creativity towards this one. Number 20, for the exact same reason again, it is basically the alternate logo for the Washington Capitals. I think maybe the inner wings have changed a little bit, and I like it, but other than that, I would not say it's original. Number 19, again, for the same reason. This is just the foot logo. It's been altered a little bit. I do like the fact that he kind of put in like the shape of the bottom of the foot and made it into a C for Colorado, and then a little notch in there as well for maybe the Avalanche, CA, Colorado Avalanche. So nice little touch, but we've seen some foot logos in the past, and this is very close to that. Number 18, the Chicago Blackhawks. I kind of went back and forth on this one quite a bit. I really like this as a shoulder patch, not a primary logo. I think if you've made this a primary logo and you put it on the front of the jersey, well, that's going to look like 4 ties coming off of the neck, because they kind of look like ties individually when they're shaped, when they're in that orientation and they're not sideways. If they're hanging down, they look like ties. So if you put that in the middle of the jersey, it's just going to look like 4 ties strung together. So I like the logo. Like, I like this, but put it on the shoulder. I think that would be really cool to see on the shoulder. Number 17, we've basically seen this logo before. It's been alterized a little bit, but I couldn't justify putting it in the top 15 just because it's not super original, but I do like it. Number 16, for the literally exact same reason, this is the Carolina Hurricanes, the Arizona Coyotes logo. This is their primary logo. It's just been colorized differently. I like it better being colorized like this, so I think Wyatt did a good job, but it's not necessarily original as far as the logo goes. Number 15, the New York Rangers. This was very clever. I love to see the skyline in the bottom left. I like that a lot. The top half, it's almost like a weird like deco art kind of style liberty there. I'm not sure if I totally like that, but I love the fact that that skyline is down there in the white. I think that was a brilliant decision. Big fan of that one. Number 14, the LA Kings. Obviously a very simple logo, but I do like it. Like, if I think about the Kings, they're an old team that came in the league, 1968 or something like that. So I do consider them to be an old team. So I think a team like that could probably get away with a simple logo like this, especially on purple with the yellow, their original colors. So yeah, it's simple, but I like it. Number 13, the Carolina Hurricanes. So the negative space that has been taken away from that swooping of the hurricane there, that it spells Canes, but it almost gets lost just slightly. Like, I know what it says because I've looked at it for a bit, but I think if the average person saw it on a jersey, they might be like, well, what's that? And they'd have to kind of figure it out. So it might just need a little bit more definition as it runs through there. Maybe even the continuation of the lines on the outside to at the top or the bottom of the letters would help it quite a bit, I think. But an interesting design. I think the current one definitely has some design flaws, but I don't know if this one is better, but I do conceptually like it. Number 12, the Florida Panthers. So I'm in the group that likes the old or the previous logo or the original logo, and I'm just kind of okay with the current logo. It doesn't really do much for me, but I like this better than the current logo. I'm not sure if I totally like the font Florida on there, but I do like the kind of shape that's going on, getting away from the current one and kind of going with a different shape and focusing more on the head. I think this was a good decision by Wyatt. Number 11, the Philadelphia Flyers. I was extremely conflicted with this one as well, because if you think about, the Liberty Bell, that's a symbolism of freedom, basically, or the Constitution or whatever. And then you've got a plane on there. Well, they really have nothing to do with each other, but they're called the Flyers. So, I mean, it does make sense. So I think I would actually prefer maybe if that Liberty Bell was just gone, it was just, that plane. But I have a feeling that because they're such an old team, Flyers fans would not be happy with this change. But I mean, I like aviation, so I had to rank this a little bit high. Number 10, the Edmonton Oilers. I think this was a good attempt at a kind of a new modern design in a way. It reminds me of a bit of the COG logo from the early to mid 2000s, and it's got some symbolism in here as well. Obviously, the oil drip. I like it. I think I'd like to see the actual letter thickness just get a little bit bigger. It's too thin right now, and that's what she said. But I don't know. It just feels a little bit too thin. I like to see it thicker. Giggity. Number 9, the Nashville Predators. So I think we have seen a logo almost identical to this. Maybe it was on the shoulder of the Winter Classic or something. I'm not sure where I've seen this, but I've seen it. And I really like it. That's why it's in the top 10. But I don't feel it's necessarily original. And maybe I've just seen another concept that's similar, but I just feel like I've seen this before. Number 8, the San Jose Sharks. A very simple kind of design. I can see the San Jose in the bottom there. It gets lost a little bit in the texture of the jersey of this template, but I like the design. I think it would look good on a jersey. Maybe more so as a shoulder patch versus a primary logo, but I do like it. Number 7, the Anaheim Ducks. I believe I've seen a concept like this in the past, minus the word ducks on the actual duck. I think I've seen this general shape, or maybe a couple of different concepts. But I like the addition of ducks on there. I have a feeling that the Ducks are going to rebrand in the next couple of years, so we might see something a little bit different. I don't know if we'll see necessarily this, though. Number 6, the Boston Bruins. To me, if you're going to put a bear on there, make it modern and make it kind of aggressive and mean. Some of the bears they've used in the past, like maybe the meth bear, isn't necessarily intimidating. It's more of a comedy thing. But this bear looks like he looks pissed. You can see the skyline there. He's standing over the skyline. It's almost an alteration of their alternate logo, or their shoulder patch logo now. I like it a lot, like a lot. Number 5, the Vegas Golden Knights. And I know a lot of people were upset with the Vegas Golden Knights logo when it came out. I think I was in that group as well. But the more I looked at it, the more I did like it, and I really like their alternate logo. But I kind of like what's going on here as well. It's a very unique. There's unique symbols in here. You can obviously see the V and then the sword coming down through. So I think it's more simple than their current logos, but still could definitely work for their brand. Number 4, the Winnipeg Jets. I really like this one a lot. I would love to see this logo big on a jersey. It's not very complicated like their current one. I mean, their current one isn't really that complicated, but compared to this one, it's not complicated. So I think this would be awesome. I really like the fact that the word Jets is in there, but it also makes up the shape of the jet itself. And I like the contrast between the red in the back and then the blue in the front. So, and then outlined in kind of the white there, or maybe silver. It looks more white on my screen. I might be wrong, but I like it a lot. Number 3, the Calgary Flames. So a little bit of a take on Blasty, which is awesome. I like Blasty, but it's a little bit more. Maybe it's not more aggressive, but it's just I like how it's positioned better because because it almost bridges the gap between the current logo and then the Blasty logo, because it's at a side angle, and then we've got the C in there, or the actual Blasty makes the shape of the C for Calgary. So I think this was a really clever attempt, or a clever design, not really attempt. The attempt was successful. A clever design. Number 2, I put the Pittsburgh Penguins. I would love for the Pittsburgh Penguins to kind of go back to their original colors in the 60s and bring back that blue. But I do think they have a strong, not necessarily logo, but I think they have a strong brand right now, and I like their jerseys. So I thought this really bridged the gap between the two, and I think this could definitely work. I feel like Pittsburgh fans would look at this and be like, yeah, that's acceptable. That's acceptable for sure. Maybe a little bit more aggression in the face of the Penguin, but yeah, I like it. And number one, I had to put it first. I think it's a brilliant design, the Seattle Kraken. I love the fact that it's kind of in a shield, but then the Space Needle or whatever it is kind of coming up through it, and it has, this logo has dimension to it, and then you can see the Kraken and the bottom and some water. So the colors are very complementary. The design is very simple, but it has a lot of symbolism and meaning in it as well. So I really, really like this logo. Now, a lot of these logos are a bit awkward because they're on this template that has them like tilted a little bit, so it's hard to really appreciate the symmetry for a lot of them. But yeah, I like it. Good job, Wyatt. I love looking at new logos and new concepts for NHL teams. If you guys want to come up with yours in a digital version like this, and send it in, my email's down below in the description. Would love to see your full set of all NHL teams, and I'll make a video just like this about it and react or rank your designs, and just have fun with it, right? Just have some fun. So thanks for watching, guys. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below, hit the like button, and I'll talk to you soon. Adios.